In this lesson, we're going to compare local DuckDB and MotherDuck directly with each other. We'll write one query that counts complaints per year from our local CSV file and another that counts complaints per year from the MotherDuck sample data. Then we'll union these together so we can see them side by side. With explain analyze, we'll get the full story of what's happening under the hood. On the local side, all the work is done directly on your machine. On the cloud side, you'll see the hybrid operators kick in. Parts of the query get executed inside MotherDuck, and only the results are streamed back. After that, we'll refine the query. Instead of counting everything, we'll filter for elevator issues only. That shows us another important difference. Filtering early in the cloud can shrink the amount of data that's needed to be processed and moved, which has a direct impact on performance. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a clear picture of how DuckDB and MotherDuck split the work and what happens when you run the same logic locally versus in the cloud. All right, let's bring together the local processing and the cloud processing, right? So what we're going to do in this lesson is we're going to go into here in the script 3.3, and I created for you an explain analyze function that will also show us the times, right? We'll actually execute this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go onto an elevator request. And again, we're going to get the year and we're going to count the complaints, right, for this. And then we're also doing the same thing for our sample data NYC service requests, counting the complaints. Then we're unioning it all together, so that then we see the counts over all the years. And that's what we're running. What I prepared for you for this is I already went in again. Here's my folder where all the files are. This is our elevator data database that we already created. So I loaded that up. Here's the table. And now we also again need to attach MotherDuck, right? We need to attach our share. So let me quickly get this. I'm going to get this from our script 3.1. It's just literally the same attach command, and then we're attaching it. It's attached, and then we're running our script. So you can just go here, do a copy, and then paste this here and execute it. Okay, now, so what do we see in this plan? We can see here two table scans. Again, here, this one has a lot of rows, so that must be our table scan from the cloud. This is our table scan from local. We also see here then the union, right? That's what we do. And then we see order by, we see some projections, but we also see here again the projection for the year. This is the group by, and then we see here again download sync, download source, what we just the same thing that we saw before, where it's downloading the results, right? 14 rows, and this has just one row because this just has 2024. It goes into the union, goes into some internal compression, hybrid runner. We also seen this and talked about this before. Do an order by, and then explain analyze, hybrid stats collector, and the total time 0.828 on the virtual clock, right? What will be our CPU time? Yeah. So you see parallel are these, and then later they get basically the results get downloaded here and then processed. So let's see how this actually comes out. When we execute this, we see our complaints. These are our complaints. That is the year, and we have all the years, and you can see where the data is coming from as well. It's with 3 columns, source. Now, of course, this had all the data for the cloud. So what I'm going to do here is that we say here, filter or only use the data that is like elevator in the cloud, so that we actually make this faster. Here it is. So we brought this down to 164,000 rows. And actually our time got higher. Now, of course, as we're doing this, we're going to see the table scan actually has less rows now. But of course, with the filter and the like functionality, this will bring up the time, right? So we have more CPU time actually that we use because of that like filter. The rest is basically the same, right? This was the projection for our grouping. This will bring out 14 rows. And then we have the union again. And then we see this one now takes total time 1.51 seconds compared to the other. But when we now execute this, let me quickly execute the whole thing. Now we have actually what we want. We have our data specifically as we wanted just for the elevator complaints. So we see it actually 2024 was the highest year here, right? 16, 16, 14, 17,000, 16,000, 14,000. Interesting. And this way we can see, okay, they're actually going up a bit. I still wonder what happened between 2014 and 2015. Why did this, or 15 and 16, why did this jump so much? So there must be something local happening. And also here's also a very large difference. All right, let's look into the MotherDuck UI.